The news called it a tragedy. Her husband? He called it a payday. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Elena Vance, gone, the victim of a fiery car crash. Just another sad story about a rich girl's legacy coming to an end. But she wasn't in a grave. She was in a sterile room miles offshore. And the only thing that truly died that night was a naive woman who thought love was real. Her death was a carefully crafted piece of fiction. Her revenge, however, was about to get very, very real. They really thought they had won. Right now, they were celebrating on what they thought was her grave. Her husband, Marcus, the man she handed her heart and her fortune to, was probably popping champagne with his little mistress, Sarah. How did she know? She was watching them. A little gift from the security company that installed hidden cameras all over the state years ago. He raises a glass. To us, Marcus says, his voice as smooth as poison, and to my late, very generous wife. Sarah, who was literally wearing Elena's pearls, let out a laugh that sounded like shattering glass. A single tear might have fallen, but it was followed by a chilling resolve. They had forgotten one little thing about the Vance global empire. She didn't just inherit it. She had built it like a fortress, and she knew all the secret passages. This whole mess didn't start with a car crash. It started with a lie wrapped in gold. She was Elena Vance, the sole heiress to a multi-billion-dollar empire, but she was also just a woman in love. She married Marcus against her father's warnings. Behind closed doors, their marriage was a quiet cage of control and manipulation. His mistress, Sarah, was her personal assistant, the woman she had trusted. She'd offer Elena a shoulder to cry on while planning her funeral. The final straw wasn't just finding out about their affair. It was discovering their plan to systematically defraud Vance Global. They were funneling millions into shell corporations, getting ready to gut the company she'd built. That's when they planned her accident. Marcus tampered with the brakes on her car. He knew her route home, every treacherous turn on the coastal highway. But her father's paranoia had left her one final gift, Dmitri. He was ahead of her family's security, fiercely loyal to her father's memory, and he'd been tracking her car. He pulled her from the wreckage just moments before it exploded. He took her to a discreet, state-of-the-art medical facility offshore, a place that doesn't exist on any map. To the world, Elena Vance was dead. Surviving wasn't enough. Not even close. Her injuries were severe and required extensive reconstructive surgery, which turned out to be the perfect opportunity. When the bandages came off, Elena Vance was gone. In her place was someone new, someone forged in fire and betrayal. She chose the name Evelyn Grant. No history, no attachments, no mercy. For the next 2 years, the world moved on. Marcus, playing the part of the grieving CEO, started running Vance Global straight into the ground. Sarah, now openly on his arm, flaunted her new status, dripping in jewels paid for with Elena's money. Meanwhile, she was preparing. Dmitri became her right hand. She dove into corporate warfare, legal loopholes, and media manipulation. She approached Julian Thorne as Evelyn Grant, the mysterious head of a powerful, anonymous European fund. Together, they made their move. She started buying up debt from companies Marcus had foolishly partnered with. She became his primary creditor, the invisible hand squeezing him dry. She played mind games, too. She sent Sarah anonymous gifts. She had their old song play at restaurants. Just little things, designed to make Marcus paranoid that the past wasn't quite dead. The final act needed a big stage. Drowning in debt and facing a shareholder revolt, Marcus announced the Vance Legacy Gala, a desperate, flashy event to lure new investors and project an illusion of success. Their fund, led by Julian Thorne, was the gala's main sponsor. This ensured that Evelyn Grant would be the guest of honor. The moment she walked in, the room started whispering. Who was this mysterious woman with all the power? Later that night, Marcus took the stage for his keynote speech. It was a pathetic plea for money disguised as a triumphant vision for the future. He talked about honor, legacy, and his late beloved wife, Elena, whose vision he claimed he was carrying on. That was her cue. She stood up and walked toward the stage. "An impressive performance, Marcus," she said, her voice amplified by the microphone. The room went silent. But you always were a better actor than a CEO. I'm your biggest investor, she replied, her voice like ice. And I have some concerns. On the giant screen behind him, a slideshow began. Bank statements from offshore accounts, emails detailing their fraud, recordings of Marcus and Sarah plotting to gut Vance Global, then grainy security footage from a gas station showing Marcus tampering with her car. This, she said, her voice dropping to a whisper that echoed through the hall, is attempted murder. She reached up, removed a single hairpin, and let her hair fall to reveal a faint, jagged scar near her temple. You were careless, Marcus. You thought you buried your wife. She looked him straight in his terrified eyes, and for the first time, he finally saw her. He saw Elena. You only buried the woman who loved you, she declared. You have no idea what you've awakened. Just then, the ballroom doors burst open and police flooded in. As they clamped handcuffs on a stunned Marcus and a hysterical Sarah, their entire world turned to dust on the marble floor. The fall of the House of Vance was swift and brutal. The media called it the most shocking corporate takedown in a generation. For her, it was never about the headlines. It was about reclaiming what was hers. The final shot isn't their downfall. It's her ascension. It's Elena Vance, standing in the boardroom of her reclaimed empire. No longer a ghost, but a queen, looking out over the city that was once her prison and is now her kingdom, powerful, in control, and finally free. If you enjoyed this story of ultimate revenge, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tales of betrayal and vindication. Let us know in the comments what you think is the best way to serve revenge, hot or ice cold.